Moonlit Bloodshed. A terrifying tale of long-forgotten adversaries came to life in the center of a deserted village that was hidden deep beneath the shadowy woods. The nighttime monsters, werewolves and vampires have a long-standing, acrimonious feud. Every moonlit night, a bloody battleground that saw the two factions engage in a violent dance for existence would emerge. A night of unmatched power for both species, the blood moon, was about to begin. The air was thick with anticipation as the werewolf pack, commanded by Alpha Liam, gathered in their secret den. With their eyes blazing with primordial rage, the wolves' musky odor blended with the smell of moist earth. The vampire coven, headed by the mysterious elder Luna, gathered in their old crypt in the meantime. Their pale, ethereal faces were cast in ethereal shadows by the flickering candles. They shared the wolves' need for prey in the desire for blood. As night fell, the moon's unsettling radiance shed an ethereal light over the scene of their terrible conflict. Werewolves began to change under the ominous gaze of the moon, their instincts from the beginning directing them into war. They pounced at their vampire foes with bared teeth and extended claws. The graceful and swift vampires dodged their pursuers with superhuman quickness. As they retaliated, they aimed to sink their teeth into the wolves' flesh and take their life essence. Fangs glistened as they did so. Blood spattered over the chilly, unforgiving earth as fangs and claws clashed, echoing throughout the night. However, as the conflict continued, Liam experienced a profound epiphany that would change the course of events for both species. In the midst of the pandemonium, he realized that the real threat wasn't the vampires but rather an old curse that tied them all and required their ongoing hostility. Liam rallied his pack, driven by a desire to stop the bloodshed cycle. He pushed for a ceasefire with the vampires, pleading with them to put their differences aside and work together to defeat the curse that dictated their fates. Intrigued by the offer, Luna consented to a short-term alliance. Together, the wolves and vampires dug deep into their shared past, locating lost writings and decoding cryptic predictions. They learned that the Moonstone Amulet, an ancient relic, held the secret to their deliverance. It has the ability to reverse the curse and bring about interspecies harmony. The unexpected partners set out on a risky expedition to recover the Moonstone Amulet from its secret home, guided by the predictions. Their voyage took them across perilous terrain and historic sites that were plagued by evil spirits and monsters. But driven by the common goal, they continued to go forward, determined to break the bonds that separated them. They eventually reached the sacred room that contained the Moonstone Amulet. Their weary spirits were given hope by its magnificent brightness, which engulfed the space in an ethereal light. Liam and Luna felt a tremendous wave of strength rushing through them as they reached the amulet. They broke the curse that had dogged their kind for generations by working together. They were engulfed in a brilliant light that dispelled the darkness that had fueled their hostility. They stood together, werewolves and vampires side by side, as the light faded. As the former rivals turned allies, others chanted. The moonlit nights now offered the possibility of a fresh harmony rather than the threat of carnage. Both werewolves and vampires coexisted, liberated from the constraints of the curse that had previously engulfed them, their destinies intertwined in a shared existence. An ancient covenant that promised everlasting peace and the victory of cooperation over hostility was struck in the depths of the shadowy forests. The eerie howl of the werewolves mingled nicely with the whispering winds that carried the vampires' ethereal whispers as the moonlight drenched the settlement. But the elders could not shake the eerie feeling that it was not over.